my thoughts are taking my guns away from me. Poison children's minds, silent speech led criminals free. No fixed elections, rhino slugs or socialist thoughts. Don't target Trump, spread fake news all over the courts. Inflation's up, migrant crimes with social scars. Riots spread and shooting cops, it's gone too far.
Hey, everybody, you got the dude here with American Metal Magazine, and we've got a brand new band here in the lineup. This is Cali Mob. Say hello, Cali Mob.
Hello, how you doing?
Awesome, man. So these guys are a relatively new band to the circuit, and we've been listening to some of their tracks this afternoon, and I just got to tell you, it was really great, man. You guys have a fantastic sound and a really well produced track, produced track. So we were really enjoying that. Checked out some of your videos as well. And we just want to get a little bit more knowledge about who you guys are. So first of all, where are you guys located at?
We're in Cocoa Beach area, Florida.
Cocoa Beach, man. I'm going to grab my suntan lotion. I'll be right there.
It's a fun place.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been playing a bunch of the local bars, and there's like 8 bars within walking distance of each other. So it's a real, and they support the live music scene a lot down here.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Really, is leading to the next question is, what's the scene down there right now, man? I mean, you guys are independent and not doing covers.
Yeah.
You're doing your.
Well, we do our original stuff, but we add in some covers when we do like the local clubs.
Yeah.
And if you want to play on the beach, you got to throw in some covers with it. But we do them with a twist of our own style to them, But we stay pretty. We try to gig at least once a week here. Locally.
That's great, man. Yeah, it's good that you're able to get out and get that kind of exposure in that crowd down there. That's really good. And you get to play down on the beach sometimes.
Oh yeah, we just played Friday night. We were on the beach.
Hey, that's awesome. What was the crowd like?
Coming up, we're at the beach again.
Killer, man. That's awesome. Is there a particular place that you guys like to go to when you're down there? Is there a particular bar that just seems to stand out or has really kind of going just a little bit more? Is there
because they're not really big. None of them are real big rooms, but they're all fun. They all got different. Like some have nice outside stages and nice setups outside.
Yeah,
gets a little hot, but they're fun rooms. The people are fun. Yeah,
that's killer. That's awesome.
Really weird. We asked the other night, what do you want to hear? Another cover or an original? And they were like, no, originals. So they let us play all our stuff. So, a lot of the bands, when you get booked at first, like, oh, we only want cover bands. So, well, we don't do just covers.
Yeah. I think that's a trade-off, and I think a lot of bands realize they've got to do a few cover songs and keep the crowd interested in really those songs and what's happening. And I think bar owners too really expect for you to play a couple of those songs that the patrons really like. So you're kind of obligated. I think it's really hard to be just all original all the time. Yeah. So what you guys find down there?
This is a tourist area,
Yeah.
So
right.
They want to cover stuff a lot of times. So we put our stuff. We start with every set. We start with an original. And we end with original. So a couple in between. So we usually mix it 50-50.
Yeah, about 50-50. I think that's a good match for anybody, man. It's a good way to approach it, if you ask me. Yeah. So let's talk about what you guys you just released a couple of songs, right? Or an album. What's going on with your latest?
We're in the process of doing an album right now. And they just released our first single. And Thursday night, we just finished up the second one. And it's being sent out to California to be mixed this week. So it's moving.
Yeah.
We recorded 8 songs. We're going to do another 4.
Man, that's awesome. And to tune kind of everybody in, you guys, part of the band is a father and son combination here. And I think that is something that is really awesome, man. And I think it's testament of what's happened in the music scene where a lot of old rock and rollers like me, bring that music to the younger people, and they're getting into that, man. I see that more and more, but adding their own twist to it. Is that kind of what you guys are doing right now with the music? Because that's what I heard.
What we did was he got really good on guitar. And he was 14 and he wanted to start a band. And
Yeah,
not a lot of kids play. They'd rather play Guitar Hero than actually play a guitar or drums. So
yeah.
I was in the studio. I had a good friend of mine played drums, and we went in. We recorded 3 songs, and they
Uh-huh.
went good. I released the 3 songs independently on like Disc Baby, and then within about 8 weeks, we got picked up with John and Curtin Call, and
Yeah.
so now we're taking that route instead. But he brought me back, and I was done with music. I'm not
Hmm.
done with it, but just done playing. And because it's a rough business. You get screwed a lot. People you
Yeah.
trust, labels and everything. So I was like, I'm done. But he brought it back to make it fun for me. So now
Yeah.
I'm taking a bunch of songs that I wrote, and we're putting a new twist because he's got the youth in them, and
Yeah.
turning them around a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's smart, man. And now that you mention it, it really does come through, and I hear that kind of old school, but yet something fresh with it going on. So that's got to be what's happening. So how long have you been playing the guitar? When you say you started when you were 14, how old are you now?
I started when I was 10,
10. Okay.
but I'm 15 now.
15, yeah. Man,
Yeah.
that congratulations. I mean, man, you've really come a long way, in just a few years. But I guess if you get enough exposure to the right uh influences, that helps, Dad, and that's cool, man. Yeah. So what do your friends think about you playing, man, when you talk to them about that? Do they get behind that and just think that's cool?
Yeah, they think it's cool. I mean, most of them support it,
Yeah.
but yeah, none of them really care. Well, like not care. Like,
Uh-huh.
He had a bunch of friends come out to the show the other night.
yeah.
And it's the funny thing, when he first started playing, some of the bars wouldn't even, they won't let him in. Like, he can't come in here. And once they see him play,
Yeah.
he can walk in any bar at the beach. They don't give him a hard time.
You'd have to run a long cord, I guess, outside to his guitar or something, in some places. But they let him in, man. That's good, and they should, because he's got something to bring in there, man. Youth and enthusiasm and rock and roll, and I think that's beautiful. So what's next for the band? Are you going to continue to record? And do you have an up and coming release schedule?
Yeah, we have Thinking About You is going to be the next one. We didn't get a date on that yet. That's the one that's being mixed right now with Joe Abu. He's from California. He's
Hmm.
doing the mix for us. So that's going to be sent to him this week when we get it from the recording studio. And
Yeah.
then, and then they basically have to put it out. It's probably going to be at least 5 or 6 weeks away before it's released.
Yeah. Yeah. It takes a lot longer than people realize. You just don't go to the studio and hit record and jam out and hit, copy and paste it. It's
Well,
not,
you can, but it don't come out that good.
it's a lot of commitment that has to happen,
We,
in these
we
things.
like to go in and do it, get a rough mix, then listen to it for about a week or two, and then go back in there and then fix what we want to fix.
Yeah. Yeah. That's smart. That's smart. With you guys around each other a lot, I would imagine it's a lot easier to communicate what changes that you want to make in the music and just kind of be closer. That I could see that really being a positive by doing it like this.
Yeah, like,
Uh,
when I'm driving them to school, we pop in and listen to the track and stuff, and we'll listen to it on the way to school, on the way
yeah.
back, shopping,
Right.
let's do this, do that. So it does work real good.
That's awesome. How does the recording process work for you two guys? Is somebody the main lyricist, and then you guys just kind of marry that up to the music, or is it the other way around? How does that work for you in the creation process?
Well, most of the stuff that we have already, I wrote everything. But
Hmm.
now we're writing some new stuff, and he's coming up with riffs, and I put words to them, and
I
change
got you.
melodies.
That's cool, man. That's
Yeah.
that's great. Yeah.
We have a couple of new ones that we're getting ready to go in and do, and they're a little bit different. You know, a little bit, I would say a little bit more progressive. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I wanted to ask you guys. This part I'm really dying to find out. And what are your influences, man? What are some of those? It doesn't have to necessarily be a band. And in your case, you're an influence, but what are some of those rock and roll influences? Or what made you decide to get into doing this? In other words, what makes you do what you do? Is it a band that got you running, or how did that happen for you?
When I was a kid, I was watching Don Kirshner's rock concert, and I never forget, Deep Purple was on, and they got a purple 747, and they weren't the best looking dudes in the world, and they had all these hot chicks. I said, that's what I'm going to do.
Right on.
Just never
That's a
stopped from
good
there.
reason.
It got in your blood, you know what I mean? And I just got a love for music. I started playing, and that was one of my first. Then in Zeppelin, and then I got into like yes and jazz and stuff as a bass player. And
Yeah,
because I
that's
mean,
killer.
a lot of the stuff was kind of boring to play, so I went a little bit more progressive, and then I went back to rock, but
Yeah.
with the influence of that.
What are some of those influences that you think that is different than dad? What do you think those influences are that are different?
Mine,
Yeah.
I was influenced more like the first thing that made me want to pick up a guitar was it was two things. It was the 1986 Live Without an A Eruption solo live Van
Yeah.
Halen.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
And the song Everlong by the Foo Fighters.
Yeah. That's
Two.
killer, man.
Yeah. And watching Peter Frampton like play live.
Yeah.
Tony Iommi,
Uh-huh.
Dimebag Darrell, a whole bunch of people.
Man, that's great. It's really killer to see that you've got such a great interest in all of these different types of bands, man. Even though they may be a little older, they really resonated with you. And I think that's great, man. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
You good?
I gotta plug the phone in real quick because it's saying low battery. It goes quickly.
Okay. Yeah, no worries, man. We can pause. Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
Let's let you go.
Hey, everybody. We're back with the Cali Mob Band out of South Florida. And we were talking about influences and how they're a little different between this, a father and son based band, and how they're a little bit different. But yet, when they combine those two elements, that's really produced something special. If you haven't checked out Cali Mob and other bands, please visit www.americanmetalmagazine.com, and you can find all kinds of great bands like this and information. And according, you can also get links to their music. So we're going to continue on about just the struggles, man, and the things that you guys are going through as a band. What has been some of the biggest challenges you think, man? What challenges have really got in the way a lot? Uh, and things.
Musician.
What is it?
Finding musicians around here that
Uh,
dedicate themselves to actually put the time in and stay sober. That was the hard part. We're in a
yeah.
beach community, so I mean, we got a drummer now that's really good, but it took
Mhm.
a while to find them. We had another drummer that was great, and he was just older and he got sick, so we couldn't do that. So then we
Yeah.
had six drummers, but that's been our biggest hang up. I was
Yeah.
just gonna play like acoustic guitar, keyboards, and sing.
Yeah.
And we were going to get a bass player. I haven't picked up a bass in like 25 years. That's what I used to do. And I stopped playing because I was just fronting. And we couldn't find a bass player down here. So I went back to playing bass. I'm playing bass, singing. Sometimes I'm playing bass and keyboards at the same time and singing.
Right. Personally, I've gone back and played bass, and I thought I did pretty good having the guitar, but coming back to bass. I don't know. I seem to naturally play it. But I played bass back in high school, the big bass, little orchestra bass, man. I used to drag that thing on the school bus. That's how the dude got started, dragging this 400-pound washing machine on the bus every day.
Yeah, I had a three-quarter stand-up bass. I was at the jazz when I was probably in my early 20s. And that
So
thing was heavy, but it was actually, it was a really good learning experience.
yeah,
It being fretless and, getting sounds out of that, you go back to a regular bass and you feel like you're,
yeah, right,
you buy a
exactly.
guitar or something on a bass.
Yeah. Exactly. If I'll have to get one of those 6 string basses, then maybe I can transition. So if it all happened, let's ask this: what if tomorrow, man, you struck gold? You just hit the right spot, you're in the right place at the right time, and sales are happening, and you're getting offers to do this and that. What would you guys really like to do with the music, man? What is the end game for you guys?
I just want to get the music out and let people listen to it. We like playing live. Our big thing is live. We feed off the people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's our biggest thing. I mean, not that money is great too, but we got money. We live real comfortable.
Yeah.
We just play.
Got it. Yeah. So really it's about the performance, man. And if you're out there and listening, if you've never been in a band or had that moment, it's something else. You're on band and there's this kind of thing that flows around the room, man, between you two guys and between the fans. And there's just a connect that happens. And if you've ever felt it, it's one of the coolest things ever. And it seems like you guys have that going on in some of the shows that I was looking at. So that's fantastic, man. So is there anybody you'd like to shout out to, just say hi to, that's helped you along the way here? It could be family, it could be friends, anybody that's really helped you along the path to rock and roll, man.
Well, Animal, he played the tracks on that for us, and he was a good friend. He was the original drummer, but like I said, his health took a turn, so we couldn't use him. And then our drummer now, and he couldn't make it here today because he's doing the show. He does plays with other bands when he's not playing with us to make a living. So.
Yeah. That's very common that you have a drummer that has a couple other things going on. I think almost every band that I know of has, to some degree, the drummer is being used in a couple of different venues or different things like that. That's kind of common in the day's world, man. There's a lot of people that are just collaborating online, and they don't really get together. They're one guy's on the East Coast, one guy's on the West Coast. You're sending tracks, you're getting it done, and the results are pretty good. I don't know what will happen if they ever get together and play, but the sound is good. So it's a different world, and there's different ways to approach the music industry now. That's a big thing.
Definitely changed with the computers and technology, like what we're doing right now.
Yeah, this is exactly right. Well, it's one of the things that we like to do at AMM. If you haven't visited us, come and check out AmericanMetalMagazine.com. Go look at some of the issues that we have. We have another issue coming out in about a week, and just great bands. It's an interactive magazine. You can download it. You can use your phone to scan the codes that are on it, and it will take you to the music for purchase or play, YouTube videos. So we really try to help the artists out. So make sure you visit us. But guys, I just want to say thank you for coming in and into the studio down there where you're at and spending the time here with us at American Metal Magazine. We're all about independent artists and seeing you guys find the success that you deserve, because if you've not checked this band out, you need to do it. Do me a favor, grab your phone, go online right now, listen to their music, play it, and then buy it, because you're going to find it's worth it. It's a great sound. So anyway, anything else you guys want to say? Hey, shout out.
Thank you for the opportunity being on and help us get the word out. We appreciate it. Yeah.
Hey, you're welcome, man. Thanks for being on AMM. Can I get a big go AMM? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Go AMM.
We're from the land of the free. One nation under God is what I believe. We're from the land of the free. One nation under God is a history. When wrong is right and right is wrong, where do we start? A senile little laughing lady crazed with pot. It's boys and girls and boys that ain't too smart. We need to straighten